What is up? Time for another episode of Jesse's Collectible Showcase. What I have for you today are some of my cassette tapes. These are specifically heavy metal. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain, what they are, how I got them, and then show them at the camera and stuff. So, here we go. First up, we have the Replacements, Let It Be. I don't think I remember actually listening to this album. I got it from a friend at a school. My guess is that, it's a punk album because of the album cover of this. I don't have the album cover anymore, but here it is, The Replacements, Let It Be. I have AC/DC's Back in Black. Now this one was cool. This was from when I first started a tape collection. I got this from my bus driver, actually. She gave me all the tapes that she had left. As you can see, it's in pristine condition. This one is In Utero by Nirvana. I got this one at Value Village for 50 cents. Now this one was cool. This one I actually got on a field trip with the school I used to go to. It is Motorhead No Sleep at All, which is a live album. I got it at a record store for $3. This one I got at a yard sale for $1. It is Bark at the Moon by Ozzy Osbourne. It has no cover, but it still plays pretty good despite the fact that it looks worn. This one I got basically by helping a friend work on the storage unit. It is, on one side, it is Jimi Hendrix live at Monterey, the 1967 Pop Festival. And on the B side, it is the Band of Gypsies album, which is a live album that Hendrix released, sadly, before he passed away in 1970. This one is And Justice for All, which I got at the Value Village for 50 cents. Another one that's in pretty damn good shape. This one, Van Halen, I actually got at the Goodwill back when they still sold sold tapes for 10 cents in my area at the Goodwill. It's a Van Halen self-titled album, which is their first one, actually. This one is April Wine, which on the A side has The Nature of the Beast and Harder and Faster. And on the B side, it's a continuation of Harder, Faster, and First Glance. I got this from my grandma. Some of the tapes you see I got as a birthday present from my grandma when I turned 18. Like this one is The Who, Face Dances, and The Kids Are Alright. Now, a lot of people don't see The Who as a metal band, but because, in my opinion, they are proto-metal, I would add them into the metal category. Same with bands like Led Zeppelin. This one is Rainbow, which is the band that Ronnie James Dio was in before he went to Black Sabbath. On the A side, it is Difficult to Cure. On the B side, it is Rising and Down to Earth. This one is Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet. It's, has a You Give Love a Bad Name and Living on a Prayer, some of his more famous songs. As you can see, there's a little warping of the case right here. Now this one is one of my more favorite cassettes. It is the first black metal album, Welcome to Hell by Venom. I got this for $21 on eBay. It is a Canadian import from Bonsai Records, and it plays perfectly. I love to crank that shit out early in the morning. This one is an import, actually. It's from Canada. It is Alice Cooper's Greatest Hits, the Warner Brothers version, and you could tell it is a import from Canada because usually they're black with a silver printing on them instead of white when it comes to, Warner Brothers, CBS Records, and anything like that. This one is Skid Row's Slave to the Grind. Now, I haven't really listened to this one yet, and I didn't put it in the original case. The case itself was fucked up. The reason why I did so was because it had a parental advisory sticker on it, which I thought that was kind of cool. And there's some water damage on it. I don't know how it got there. I'll check later today and inform you guys about it. Now these two are cool. I actually got these in a free pile on Craigslist. These are bootlegs from a live show from Led Zeppelin in 1977. It is Destroyer Part 1 and 2. It is a double live cassette, which in my opinion is pretty badass considering the fact that I got it for free. This one is Stick It To You by Slaughter. Hot chick on the cover. I got it from the Value Village for 50 cents. I only listened to it once, but then I haven't really listened to it since I got it. This one is Pyromania by Def Leppard. Now, Pyromania is actually the second highest selling album of his year. The first being Thriller by Michael Jackson. Second highest selling album in 1983. Has some good songs on there. This one is another Who album, and I ended up getting it for 50 cents at the Value Village. It is Who's Better, Who's Best, the very best of the Who, which is pretty good album. Usually most of the time I get a Who tape, they warp, which sucks ass. This one is For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge by Van Halen. I've never listened to this one before. It has... yeah, I don't think I remember listening to any of these songs on there. No Wait Right Now, which I don't really like that song that much. I think that one sucks ass. This one is Balls to the Wall by Accept. And most people actually confuse the song with like an AC/DC song because it sounds like something that would be done by AC/DC, right? From the vocals and shit, if you listened to it before. This one is No Rest for the Wicked by Ozzy Osbourne. And I don't know how, but for some reason either grease or water fell onto these tapes while during my stay here, and I'm going to try and find a way to relocate them so they don't get damaged again. But this one is No Rest for the Wicked. My guess is that it's an import because the tape it's recorded on and the cover itself looks like it's an import. This one is Perfect Strangers by Deep Purple. Now, the reason why I got this one is because Perfect Strangers is the theme song for one of my favorite pro wrestlers, the franchise Shane Douglas, who is famous for being a champion in ECW. This one I got for 13 bucks. It is Show No Mercy, Slayer's first album. And I got this one off of eBay, and how I get my albums off of eBay, albums, cassettes, or anything, is that I go down to this local card shop called Who's On First, and I usually get them. This one's in pristine condition too. Another one that I like to jam out to in the morning. But this one is a single for Guns N' Roses. This is one I got at the yard sale for this was basically in a giant bin of cassettes I got for $1 altogether. It was a pain in the ass to carry home. But this is a Don't Cry by Guns N' Roses, where on one side is the original and on the B side is actually alternate lyrics, which is cool. This one is another one I got off of eBay. This is Metallica demos from 81 to a garage rehearsal that he did with the original bassist Ron McGovney, all the way to songs from the No Life Till Leather and Ride the Lightning demos, which are pretty fucking cool. This one is Guns N' Roses Appetite for Destruction. This is another one that didn't have the original cover that I just slapped it in because it had a parental advisory sticker on it, which is fun to listen to. It does have a little warping on one side though, sadly. This is one that I got from the same bus driver that, you know, gave me the AC/DC tape. It is Nevermind by Nirvana. This one is Stygian Planetary Destruction, which I've only listened to once. It is a pretty good album. and it's in pristine condition as well. This one is Dr. Feelgood. I can't remember how much I got this for. I think I got this at the... No, wait, I got this at a Pike's Place market down in Seattle for a quarter. This one I got for 50 cents. It is a Dancing Queen... No, wait. Dancing Undercover by Rat, who's famous for doing the song Round and Round. This one is Hysteria, the Def Leppard album released after it, and ironic, even though that Pyromania is the more famous of the two. Hysteria has the most famous song done by Def Leppard, Pour Some Sugar on Me. This one is Out of the Cellar by Rat, which has Round and Round, and is a pretty good album. It does have some playing issues. This one is a local punk band. It is not really classic. It is Safe and Sound. It says discography, but whatever. It's a 60-minute tape. It was recorded on both sides. This one is a cool one. This is one that I've had. This is literally the first tape I've actually bought. It is Mental Health by Quiet Riot, which has a cover of Slade's Come On Feel the Noise. This one I got for $5. It is Master of Puppets. I got this at a record shop in Everett, Washington. Now, this one is another one that I had to work for from my friend who had the storage unit that I needed help moving. This is a white label promotional copy of Vulgar Display of Power by Pantera, which is one of my all-time favorite metal albums. So if you don't like Pantera, go fuck yourself. This one is Queen's Greatest Hits. It's one that I bought for 50 cents at Value Village. It has, like Don't Stop Me Now, Bohemian Rhapsody, shit like that. Another one, Bites the Dust. This one is Queensryche's first album, The Warning, and it is from, my guess it's from, no way, it is from America. It's EMI's The Warning. This one is a mixtape I made. It has, most of my favorite Misfits songs, like All Hells Break Loose, Last Caress, etc. It was recorded on a 60-minute mixtape. This one is Girls, Girls, Girls by Motley Crue. This one is a first pressing. I can't remember where I got this one at, to be honest with you. This one is Black Sabbath Paranoid. I got this at a record store in Mount Vernon. I got this for free, actually. This one is Helix, Long Way to Heaven. I've never really listened to them. My dad told me they kind of suck, so I basically went off of his judgment by not listening to them at all. This one is We Are the Meatmen and You Still Suck. And I haven't heard this one, but my guess is that it's a metal one, or punk one, which is a metal subgenre. This one is one that I copied off of 2 CDs. On one side it is Iron Maiden's first album, and on the B side it is Killers. It was a 90-minute blank tape that I recorded it on. This one I got for 10 cents. It is Too Fast for Love by Motley Crue, which is really cool to have because it's their first album. This one was probably I've spent the most on. It is No Life Till Leather, the demo by Metallica that they released for a record store day. This one is On Through the Night by Def Leppard, which I got for 50 cents. And this one is Ram It Down by Judas Priest. Now what's going to happen is that since the time limit's about to end and I don't know how to fix all that shit, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this video for now and I'm going to start a part 2 here in a minute. I hope you guys like, subscribe, and maybe even comment. Give me some tips on how, to have better quality and what you guys might like to see. Anyways, have a good day.